Mike Edmonson. I'm the head of Louisiana State Police. I'm joined by several of my troopers and command staff. I'm also here with Sheriff Tony Mancuso, who's not only the sheriff of Calcasieu Parish, but a very dear friend of mine. There's so much I want to talk about, and certainly I want to get to what happened at the scene sometime around 2 o'clock or 2:30 this afternoon. But I first want to talk about my trooper, Steven Vincent. He's up on the 3rd floor right now, and he's fighting for his life. And when you think of what happened just a few short hours ago, it's not something he should be doing right now. Here's a good guy, and his wife Catherine, his son Ethan, 9 years old. Here's a guy who loved to run. He ran marathons. He ran a marathon last night before he went to bed because he felt like it's something he wanted to do. He was a good, healthy guy. And as we're standing here, the doctors tell us his organs are in great shape. His heart is there, his lungs are there, they're all ready to work. But the gunshot wound to his head has messed up his neurological output. And simply, I guess as simply as I can put it, is his brain is just not telling the rest of his body what to do. So they're up there running tests. I got a chance to be next to him. I held his hand with his wife, and I just prayed. I didn't know what else to do, but I think that's what we need to do right now. Because here's a guy who gave his life 13 years with the Louisiana State Police. 13 years. Here's a guy, 43 years old. Just a good person. It shouldn't happen like this. I went out to the scene. I saw the car. I'll tell you what did happen. Here was an individual that several people were calling in, said that it was suspected DWI. He was swerving all over the road in a pickup truck. Where here comes Steven, and Steven encounters him. He's in a ditch. He's run off into a ditch. He's kind of sideways. And I'm watching the tape, and I'm listening to my trooper who's sitting there. He's talking to the guy. He's telling him, once you get out, let me help you. Come on out. I'll help you, and we'll call a wrecker to come get your truck, and then I'll give you a ride. I'll take you. Just trying to get him out of his truck. And I watched the tape a few minutes later. I watched it, that truck door came open, and I saw a shotgun blast. This guy was carrying a sawed-off shotgun. Let me tell you something. That shotgun wasn't to do anything else but hurt somebody, kill somebody. That's what that was. And I watched that shotgun blast on that tape. I saw my trooper go backwards and then go back towards his unit where he was going to try to get some help out there. Then I watched that individual. I watched him. I watched Kevin Daigle walk from his pickup truck just wandering in the roadway and made it over to the trooper, talking to him, asking if he's alive. You could hear him breathing in there. And telling him, boy, you're lucky. You're lucky. You're going to die soon. That's the words that came out of his mouth. Let me tell you, two to three. One stopped immediately, an incredible good Samaritan, a civilian that was riding by. We watched him pass by on tape. He turned around and he encountered that individual. On his own, he encountered an individual carrying a shotgun. He wrestled away from him, and as he's there, some other people stopped. They got him on the ground, and they actually used my trooper, used his handcuffs, and handcuffed the guy. He's up there fighting for his life right now. I've asked people all across the good city of Lake Charles, the great parish of Calcasieu, across this state and around this country to simply do one thing, and that's pray. His prayers, more than anything else, is what we need right now. Everything else is going to take care of itself. I just left his wife a few minutes ago, and you know what she wants to hear? She wants to hear his voice. That's the word she wants to hear. We can tell her what happened. We can show it to her at some point. We just can't tell her why. And it saddens me to come to a situation like this with a good person, a good trooper, a good police officer. Thankful to Acadiana, the Calcasieu Parish Sheriff's Office, for getting there quickly with my troopers and getting him airlifted here to the hospital. I talked to a team of wonderful doctors who are sitting there saying, you know what, we're going to do everything we can. We just need that brain to talk to the rest of his body and say, hey, wake up. That's what we're asking God to do tonight, to simply wake him up. As far as our individual, Kevin Daigle is 54 years old. He's known the police in this area. He's been stopped many times. 54 years old, numerous DWIs. We've turned him over to the Calcasieu Police Department, or will do at some point. I know they were getting him checked out. He's going to be charged with attempted first-degree murder of a police officer and several other charges that will coincide with that. Just a sad situation that when you stop and think about it, this is not supposed to happen. These are first responders, police officers, simply doing their job. They're going to help somebody off the road. They could have hurt somebody else. And what does he do? He hurts the person that's going to help him. What I'm going to do before we answer your questions, I've got Sheriff Mancuso. This is his area. He knows it. He knows the family. My trooper's brother is the chief of police of Iowa. His other brother is a state trooper. His family lives and breathes law enforcement, which means they're good people that just want to help people. Sheriff Mancuso.
Well, I want to say the same thing. You know, all of us, I see other law enforcement agencies here, we're all a family here. And, you know, as the Colonel said, our hearts are hurting right now, and it's tough. And as the troop commander said, we're going to still be out there tonight working for you. We don't have time to grieve because we're going to have to get out there and still patrol our streets and keep our neighborhoods safe, and that's what we do for you every day. So as the Colonel said, I'm begging you and asking you to please pray tonight, not just for this gentleman, but all of your police officers around this world, in this state, in this country, in this city, because this is a tragic, this hurts all of us. This gets us right in the heart. And these people put their lives on the line every day in this community. And as the Colonel said, we just want you to pray tonight for this trooper. We're going to do everything we can to put the bandages on and console each other. But right now, we just need your prayers. So thank you.
Any questions?